Alright, sorry about the stream I attended before, but like I couldn't hear the sound too well. Or like it was like lagging, which is weird. I tested it before and it wasn't lagging, but then suddenly it like was. But anyway, I'm gonna delete that other stream so people don't get confused. Like I already ended the stream, so let me just go to my channel and delete that. Okay, wait, hold on a second. And then I'll actually be creating stuff after I delete that other stream that I had to end because the sound was lagging. Okay, there we go. But yeah, basically what we're gonna be doing is creating a flying bathtub. I hope I have that in my pocket. If not, we can make a flying something else. Sometimes I'll be playing like to delete stuff from my pocket. Well, not delete, but like temporarily like hide stuff, I guess. I'm looking for the thing from the Little Nightmares pack. Okay, yeah, I don't think we have it. Okay, we could do a soup bowl. I was really looking for the, or is it from something else? I swear it's from the Little Nightmares pack. Maybe it's from like a different pack. I'm pretty sure it was like DLC though. Okay, we can make our own bathtub out of material. But anyway, I was hoping I had the one from the Little Nightmares pack. I think there was one in Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, I was looking, but like it deleted it from my pocket. Like right now, half my stuff from my pocket is missing. Wait, hold up. If I restart my game, it should fix it. So if I just restart my game, and then while I'm doing that, I'll tell you about how school is going so far. But like restarting my game seems to help. But like I definitely have 100% the pack, but it just like it's hiding it from my pocket. It's weird. It like happens to me sometimes. It's really weird. But yeah, I'm making a flying bathtub. Okay, it's like a reference to a game. Let me know if you know what game I'm referring to when I say flying bathtub. But yeah, it's like my 5th week of school. It's about to be going into my 6th week of school. And school's been going okay so far. I'm taking 5 classes, which is more classes than normal. Because I normally only take like 4 classes. And so, yeah, for my law class, it's sort of interesting, sort of boring, depends on the day. We don't really like learn from the teacher. The professor doesn't really teach from the book. It's like he talks about like current events and stuff. Or just like law, and like there was this one time someone was wearing like an X-Men shirt, and then he was talking about his friend that like he drew Superman for a living. He's like the official artist for Superman. So he was like, follow your dreams or whatever. Not follow your dreams, but like if you could really do like anything if you put your mind to it or whatever. And like, yeah, I didn't have class on Thursday for that class because like we were like ahead of the other classes. My stuff in my pocket yet. Okay, yeah, it's not back. It's not back. I'm gonna try to restart my game one more time. It's weird. I just imported my data like a while ago. Wait, no, I didn't import it. Okay, it's cool. We could build like a bathtub from scratch. It's not a big deal. But like basically. And then in my other class, my interpersonal communications class, like I said before, we do like a lot of class activities. And so like there was like this one activity we did where we had to like ask our classmates like questions. Like one of the questions was like, what's like the worst thing in your life right now? And like for the person that I was like partnered up with, they didn't have too much going on. They were like, oh yeah, I'm just like stressed because of school. But like I'd recently made someone mad, so I talked about that very vaguely. it's funny, the person I made mad, they didn't even remember. I didn't mean to make them mad. I was just like, I don't know, I wasn't thinking about what I was saying, but like, I apologized, and they were like, what are you talking about? And I was like, you don't remember what happened on Thursday? They were like, no. But then again, my apology was very vague. But like, and also I like sped through it, like, I just went really fast, but either way, yeah, my stuff is in back. Oh, now I remember, I backed up my data. I didn't import my data. The whole restarting my game thing only works if I recently import my data, but no, I just backed it up. But yeah, and then for my marketing class, that class is still boring. I legit just do random stuff in my notebook in that class, or like sometimes, at least near like the second half, I get bored. I still have to start my marketing project. I was gonna do the project on like a restaurant that only sells food with cheese, but I decided to do like frozen yogurt instead. So like stuff like munchies or like Sweet Frog. And then I got cognitive psychology, and we're learning about memory, so that's pretty cool. I already learned about memory in some of my other classes. But yeah, the flying bathtub thing, the flying bathtub thing is a reference to Scribblenauts. Scribblenauts is a game that I like. I played Scribblenauts Unlimited. It's out on like modern consoles, but like the other ones are only on like the 3DS. But yeah, we make the flying bathtub, even if I can't find it. And I guess I could show you the thing I made. I posted this to my Reddit, but I made a bobblehead. And I don't know if you're on Reddit, but I made a bobblehead Sackboy. The spring is like out of view. I mean, it's supposed to be out of view. But like, I pretty much made it so you could like move your hand. And his head bubbles, and it goes like up and down. And you could do it like diagonally too. It's pretty cool. There's like this thing where I like swirl it around, and that works sometimes. Like I have to release it the right way for it to swirl. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I just did that with like the character animation tweaker and stuff. But yeah, for the flying bathtub, which I have to make from scratch, since I don't have it in my pocket, unfortunately. I already did something like this in LBP3 Vita, but basically, the way it's gonna work is that, like, let's say you're in like a house. I'm not gonna build a house, but let's say you're in a house and there's like a bathtub. You played Scribblenauts, but I didn't realize that's what you were talking about. Yeah, it's like in the cover of the game. There's like a bathtub in the cover of a game, like to like advertise like the new features. Like in the second Scribblenauts game, they added adjectives. So like you can make like a flying bathtub, like a flying rideable bathtub. If you type that in, you could literally just make that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I feel like I should get this to stick out. I'll add some feet to the bathtub, I guess. But yeah, what's your favorite Scribblenauts game? Like mine is either Unlimited or the second one. But like, what's your favorite game? I want these to be like the same size. So I'm just gonna do it like this and then copy and paste it. So that it looks even. It's probably not gonna be perfectly centered, but it doesn't really matter. And I don't think bathtub feet look like that. I don't feel like looking up a picture right now. I'm just doing this for fun. But like, my favorite game is probably, yeah, Unlimited, or I forget what the second game is called, but the second game is pretty fun. Unlimited, because there has like the object editor, so you could like make your own characters. I don't know if you ever watched Dr. Kendo on YouTube, but he makes walkthroughs on how to make characters from like popular media. His Five Nights at Freddy's videos were like really popular. Okay, this is good enough. My head isn't sticking out enough, but like, I mean, I could fix that with hologram, of course. If you've seen my invisible controller video, you know you could like move it up a bit and then glue it. You think you played one of the DS ones, but only one I can remember is Unlimited. Yeah, Unlimited. If you played it on DS, you didn't get like the full experience. You gotta play it on Wii U. I literally got like a Wii U just to play that game, even though it's on like other platforms. I have the game on Wii U. I have it on the 3DS. I have it on my phone. I have it on my PS4. I might get it for my Switch. It's a good game, but like you gotta play it on one of the either the Wii U or one of the newer consoles, because it has the object editor. So that's like, you could make like Plants vs Zombies characters like this, like Dr. Kendall, or like really anything, not just characters. Characters are just like the most popular thing to make. There were like 2 YouTubers that were doing it. One YouTuber that only did like characters for media, and then one YouTuber that like wouldn't make anything that was like copyrighted or like real. He would just like make random stuff, like I don't know, like a 3-headed grandmother, or like something like that. Either way, what am I looking for? I need to get out of the microchip. But yeah, the way it's gonna work, I have to make a bush. The way it's gonna work, so like imagine this is like a full level. I'm not gonna make a full level to like demonstrate, but like imagine this is like a full level, and I have like a bush, and then I'm gonna make the bush right now. I'm just not gonna make the rest of this. Like, if this was like a house RPG, this could be like a cool like Easter egg you could like add to your level. I don't play on private servers though, because I don't have a jailbroken PS3, and my computer isn't strong enough to run RPCS3. Also, I'm just cool with playing I'm cool with playing offline. Most of my more recent levels were just like custom tutorials. And I would say I can make custom tutorials on YouTube if I really wanted to. But like, if you are making like a hangout, or like not even like a hangout level, you could, I'm basically making it so like at first glance, when you walk past the bathtub, it looks like a normal bathtub, but like, I'm having trouble finding the lever. I know it's in this category. Like the Little Planet 1 lever, there we go. The 2-way switch. So there's gonna be a hidden lever. If you could find it, and if you pull it, then it pretty much makes it so the bathtub could be rideable. Cause like, right now you could ride it, but I just want it to be like only rideable when you pull the lever. So the way I'm gonna do that, I did this in Little Planet Vita. Like I said before, I already did in Little Planet Vita like a couple weeks ago. Like I like to test out my logic in Little Planet Vita, cause it's like faster. Cause like I could just like turn on my Vita, and Little Planet 3, it's like I'm in Little Planet Vita, so already like loaded up on there. Okay, hold on. I'm going too fast, and I'm aware of that. Okay, the way this is gonna work. The way this is gonna work is that when you pull the lever, so when the lever is on, and when you're not inside of the control nader, then it like, wait, no, it should be like a not gate. I just realized that. There's a way to simplify this logic, by the way. I'll show you. You could literally just, this is redundant, not redundant, but like, I could literally remove the not gates and just use it in an inverted OR gate, and it would do the same thing. But as of right now, it is a normal bathtub, no control nader pump. It shows up when you walk past it. But then, if I were to find this level, this lever, which is hidden behind the bush, and pull it, becomes a bathtub. I didn't make it fly yet, but oh yeah, if you want to exit the bathtub, which you probably would do, want to do is you gotta use an OR gate. So you make it so that when, so eject, another word for eject is like not enter, so like you can't enter it. And also when you press triangle, you eject from the control nader. But yeah, I sketched this out on my phone, created it on Little Planet Vita, and now I'm creating it on PS4. And now you could eject with triangle. So like, I'll show you the lever thing. I'll show you the lever thing in the logic. So you see, it ejects the player. Like it won't eject it if you're inside of the control nader. Like if this was like multiplayer, even like local multiplayer, if I was like playing with one of my cousins or something, it won't eject you if you're inside of it, because I have the not gate there for like when the control nader isn't active, and when this lever is not pulled, then it ejects you, or like prevents you from entering. So yeah, another word for eject is prevent from entering. So yeah, eject, exit, or prevent from exiting. This is how I like to explain it. Like disables the controls. Oh, hi Gamer, thanks for joining. So like today's just an official stream. I'm making a flying bathtub and then some other stuff, just random stuff. So yeah, now I have to actually make the bathtub fly. So we're just gonna use an advanced mover to do that. Hide and seek. Nah, I don't play on private servers, so that wouldn't be much use to me. But I'm just making a flying bathtub for like a Scribblenauts reference. So in Scribblenauts, the second game, there's like a flying bathtub in like the cover of the game, or like the advertisements. So I'm making like a sort of like Easter egg, where if you find like a hidden lever, you could pull it, and now this becomes a bathtub that you could fly in. And I need to increase that speed. Alright, there we go. It's a bit too fast, so I'll decrease it. Okay, that's pretty good. And then I'll just make it turn off. Make it so the mover is only on when you're actually inside. But yeah, wait, let me show you. You joined a bit late, so let me show you how this works. Check it. You have a hidden lever right here. I mean, it was hidden, but like it's not glued down to the floor. So you have a hidden lever, and right now it's off. But so like at the beginning of the level, the lever is going to be off. You probably won't even know where it is if it's your first time playing the level. So you walk past this bathtub, and it's just a normal bathtub. You don't think much of it, but then you might discover this Easter egg, this lever hidden behind this bush, and if you pull it, it makes it so you can ride inside of the bathtub. It's like a flying bathtub. And that's all it is. I should add like wings or something. I might add wings, but let me show you the logic. The logic, I actually need to simplify it. So the way this works, let me explain it slowly. So you could exit with the triangle button. So this is wired to the eject input. So let's look at this wire right here, this one right here, and you see it lights up when I press triangle. Another thing that it does, since it's using the OR gate right here, it makes it so when the lever is pulled, or like when the lever is not pulled, then it prevents you from entering. Like you can't even see the prompt. Like there's no prompt. Wait, no. I forgot to pull the lever. It's not glued. I should really set this to static. There we go. Now the lever is off. But it makes it so when the lever is not pulled, and when you're not inside of it, then it prevents you from entering in the first place. I'm gonna simplify that logic. And I should delete it after I'm actually done. And then if I just invert this, it should do like basically the same thing. So let me test it out. Okay, so it won't let me enter. And then if I pull the lever, it should. It's just something I figured out over time that like if you have like two NOT gates connected to an OR gate, you could like save space by just deleting the NOT gates and using an XOR by using a OR gate and an inverted OR gate instead, or like I guess in engineering they would call it like a NOR gate. If you watch my Logic and Little Point at one video, you probably saw that. But yeah. Hey, why is it making me float inside here? To make sure this is activating right. Okay, let's see. What's this lever? What's this thing right here? That was the triangle. Okay, that was supposed to be the activate inputs. Okay, let me test it one more time, and then I'll move on to my next creation. That's pretty cool. I don't usually watch streams at bedtime, but keep up the good work. I'm gonna watch vids, but thanks for joining, Gamo. Okay, but yeah, you can't enter it. But yeah, again, if you have an AND gate and 2 NOT gates, just replace it with the inverted OR gate or a NOR gate. And it does the same thing, just saves you a little bit of space. Alright, so that's the flying bathtub. Oh yeah, wings. I said I was gonna add wings. Yeah, I'll add wings right now. I'll make my wings right here, and then I guess I'll glue them on. Alright, so the Valentine's Day pack has wings. I don't have the Marvel pack, but I heard that the Marvel pack also has wings if I've seen it. So I just like sort by theme. I should find the Valentine's pack pretty quick. Oh, it starts with the F, because it's like from the Valentine's pack. I don't know why some of the early packs do that, where they say like from the Incredibles, so like from the Valentine's pack, but like either way. I suppose I don't need the sticker panel, I could just attach it by itself. But then I'm just gonna have to use a thin material, or like a thick material to do it. I'm gonna attach it right here. Okay, I'm gonna have to adjust the angle on that. Okay, and then I have to lower it so it's like that. Okay, and neither of these are bolted on. That's why I was trying to use sticker panel. So yeah, I'll just use my layer sticker panel. And then I'll copy and paste it this way. And I have to make these visible in play mode now. Alright, so right now I'm just making the flying bathtub for anyone that just like joined. But yeah, I finished the flying bathtub. Now I just have to make everything invisible, and then I'll show you how it works. But yeah, now I have to glue it. I have to glue the wings. And then after I glue the wings, I'll give a demo how it works, and then we'll move on to the next creation. Just about to be a standing on your tiptoes ability. Okay, so here's how it works. Oh, I forgot to make it invisible. But either way, ignore the wings for now. As of right now, you can't go inside of the bathtub, or like you shouldn't be able to. What happened to the controllinator? That's weird. I don't know how it got outside of that. But like, as of right now, you can't. Actually, let me add the opacity tweaker so I can demonstrate it better. And I'll just make it, I'll unlock it here. So, when the lever is not pulled, then those two become invisible. Alright, and then I could properly test it. So like, at first glance, it will look like a normal bathtub. But then, if you discover the Easter egg in the level, it will become a flying bathtub. Alright, so normal bathtub. And then it's like, oh, what's behind this bush? So you pull the lever. And it becomes a flying bathtub. And now you could enter it and you could like fly. I should probably like speed up like the wings. That's pretty much how it works. Again, if the lever is off, then you can't even enter the controllinator and you can't see the wings. It just looks like a normal bathtub. But anyway, for my next creation, I'm just gonna, okay. So like there's this shelf material from Da Vinci's hideout. I thought of this, I was at my mom's school. I was just like helping out or whatever, and during snack time they watched like story time videos, they watched like a video of like a teacher reading a book. And so I got this idea from this book. There was like this book where this librarian had like a lion in the librarian, like I don't know. It was like a librarian. It was like a lion that was like very helpful. It apparently wasn't dangerous. But like the librarian was like reaching some books on like a top shelf. She was on a step stool, but like she was like on her tippy toes. So that gave me an idea for a Little Bit Planet creation. I was like, how about I make an idea? How about I make a thing where like you have to like reach like the top shelf, or like you have to reach like a book by standing on your tiptoes. I think Little Bit Planet 2 has a bookshelf decoration, a bookshelf material as well. I'm just using this one because it's the first one that I thought of. So I can't really reach the top shelf right now. But if I were to do the tiptoe animation, which is not the tiptoe, but like there's like this animation. I forget what it's called. But I think it's like, let me set this to my costume and I'll show you. Like there's this animation. I'm gonna put it on the broadcast strip. I just have to see like what it's called. It's wolf into sit, I think, or wolf out of sit. Like the white wolf, the animation. Or maybe it might be bear. I'll check both bear and white wolf. Okay, yeah, it's not that one. So it must be bear. Okay, yeah, it's this one. So pretty much if you freeze it at this specific part, it looks like he's standing on his tiptoes. So like this part right here, looks like he's standing on his tiptoes. So I'm gonna use this on a broadcast strip. So that way my sackboy can reach like the second shelf. And then like maybe you could like emit a book or something. So I'm just gonna make it so when you press L1, it activates it. And I pretty much use L1 for everything. But I think this time I'm gonna use maybe L2. You need some help. Okay, sure. What do you need help with? To set this to controllinator and controlled by nearest player. And then when I press R2 or L2, which I'll use R2 I guess. So I wanted to activate when you press the arm up. And the blend time should be, this is good, I'll set it to 25. And I want it to be facing the back. But as you could see now, my sackboard can reach a little bit higher. With this hand you can't. But if you raise this, it's not that high now that I realize it, now that I think about it. Either way, it has to be facing the back. Oh, that's a common problem. When you move, the camera goes out. I'll show you after I face this towards the back. So yeah, 180. Okay, so pretty much the way you do that with cameras. Confirm-C talks about it in a tutorial. Let me just place down a sticker panel, so I could place my microchip somewhere. But like, if you're having that issue in your level, you want the cameras to go out. So let's say your camera, I'm just gonna have it point to a random place in my level. So you move your camera. I'll have it pointing at my bookshelf. So the way you do that, if you want to turn the camera off, it's not as like simple as like using a toggle as you might have found out. You just set hold time to no. Transition time, even though it's blurred out, you want to set it to 0. Because sometimes it's like a weird glitch that it still applies into the time, even though it's grayed out. Use selectors. So it's like, it will be a bit complex for your setup, but like the basic setup is that instead of using a toggle or like a selector, for each camera that you have, you pretty much want to have another camera that's set like to a hold time of 0, and for this one the hold time should be infinite. So this one should be infinite, and then when it's not active, it should just activate another one with a hold time of 0. So like if you have like, so this is your camera, and then it turns off like that. So like for a selector, it would pretty much just be this, the same thing, but like you pretty much just need to, you have your camera, right? You have like a lot of cameras, so you pretty much just copy and paste. You just like take your camera, copy and paste it, and then you set the hold time to 0. And then you connect a NOT gate to it. So like I'll show you what it would look like with this selector. So like if you have a lot of cameras with a selector, it will look like this. Copy and paste it. Set the hold time to 0. And then it connects a NOT gate to it. So like when you're not on input 1, then the, oh I forgot a step. You need to add a pulse switch for this. Every camera you have has to have a pulse switch. That's pretty much a counter set to 1. Set it to 1. And you just connect a pulse switch to your cameras. Confirm-C mentioned this in this tutorial. I'll link the tutorial for you actually. But yes, Confirm-C has a tutorial on movie cameras. Let me delete this. But yeah, if you have like just the selector and a series of cameras, you gotta add the pulse switch and the NOT gate in the other camera. And again, the other camera is just set to hold time of 0, so it instantly turns off. I'll find the tutorial, then I'll link it for you. So yeah, I just gotta find the tutorial. It's on a Confirm-C's channel. I know what channel it's on, but so LBP3 tutorial. So I'll just search a Confirm-C. I always forget his channel name or I misspell it. But if I just like search up his PSN name, I should find it. Okay, so I think it's one of like his first tutorials too, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, I'm on his channel right now. Okay, movie cameras and cutscenes, then I'll just like copy and paste the link into the chat. But yeah, that should help you out. If my explanation didn't help you out, he pretty much explains how to use movie cameras. So yeah, you just have to have this setup right here, and you just copy and paste it for each thing, and obviously your movie camera would be different. And then you just, you just do that. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Oh, hi, Rwanda. Thanks for joining. Alright, so let me show you what I made already before I continue making this, which didn't really go as I planned. I have to choose a different animation, I think. But I made a flying bathtub. It looks like a normal bathtub right now. So you go inside of it, and nothing happens. But if you look around the level, you find this Easter egg. It's a lever hidden behind a bush. So now it transforms into a flying bathtub. And I'll show you how I did that. It's nothing fancy. Oh, I forgot to connect the triangle button. Like I must have accidentally not connected it. I was like changing some stuff. Okay, now you can eject from it. But pretty much the way it works, I just use this to save. Wait, why isn't this connected? Okay, so yeah, pretty much the way it works is that, so when you press triangle, or when the Easter egg isn't on, then it ejects you, or it prevents you from entering in the first place. So I used originally I had like an AND gate and 2 NOT gates, but I simplified the logic a bit by adding an inverted OR gate. It's like an advanced technique that I learned like a couple weeks ago, I think, or like maybe like a month ago. But pretty much, when you're not active, when the control nadir is not active, which means when you're not inside the control nadir, and when the lever is pulled, it prevents you from, or like when the lever is not pulled, then you can't enter the bathtub, and it just looks like a normal bathtub because I have like a NOT gate connected to Apache tweakers. So it's just a normal bathtub. As you can see, like neither one of these wires is active. And also this one, which is connected to the eject input, that's active. So eject prevents the player from entering in the first place, as well as making it so you could exit. So if you find the Easter egg and pull the lever, boom, transforms into a flying bathtub, which is actually a Scribblenauts reference. And as you can see, it doesn't eject you anymore, unless you choose to like exit yourself by pressing triangle. But like, I added like the active condition, so that way if the level is like multiplayer, even if it's like even if it's like another player, they can't like boot you out the thing when you're already inside of it. But like once you're outside of it, you can't like enter anymore. So like, let me show you what I mean by that. By temporarily replacing this with a toggle. So like, let's say I'm inside of this, right? You have the Easter egg active, and then another player pulls it, but it does not boot me up. The wire doesn't activate, but I could press triangle. I just won't be able to enter it again until I like pull the lever. And the second thing I was trying to make, I have to choose a different animation. But like there was like this story time, like my mom's class was reading. My mom was a teacher in her classes, looking at a YouTube video story during snack time. And there was this librarian that couldn't reach the book on the top shelf. So I was gonna make like a standing on tippy toes animation. But I have to choose a different animation because it doesn't look very good right now. I'm trying to see the one. I have something like this in my pocket. I made like a dance move where you're like on your toes. So I could probably use that. Okay, this one right here should work. There's an animation where you're on your toes. It must be the wrong. I must have chosen the wrong one. Okay, so it's 40. Oh, it's the robot. I was doing the wolf one, or like the bear. So out of idols hit 40, and then what's this other one? 40. It's like 60. So 60 is when you're flat on your feet, and then 40 is when on your tippy toes. If I remember correctly, 42 will also work, so I'll just copy and paste that animation here. So now I'll see if it looks good. It does, but I have to rotate it. And I think I'll change it to 42, because I think that makes you stand like higher. maybe slightly higher. The animation, the way it makes the hands, I don't like how it makes the hands. This would work if my hands weren't. I'll try this animation again. But yeah, this animation is okay. But yeah, I thought this would, and then I'm gonna see if this will work. It didn't make my sack waist as like tall as I would think it would. But yeah, it looks alright. Let me zoom in. But yeah, in the video, the librarian was like using a step stool. But yeah, I'm gonna make a step stool real quick. But like, imagine you're like at a library, and Sackboy is kind of short. He doesn't have like he doesn't have human proportions. He has like short legs, so he would probably need a step stool. If you were to like reach the top shelf, like a library or whatever, this isn't gonna be symmetrical. Just gonna even it out a little bit by doing this. Alright, so. And then I'll just rotate it. So it's facing the back. But yeah, that was just like a little quick animation. It wasn't as complex as like the thing where you like stand. Well, it wasn't as complex as like the bathtub thing. I'll try using R2 instead. I mean L2. I feel like that would look better for some reason. Like, you could really like see my arm though. Like, you can really see my arm moving. I'm gonna switch it back, and then we're gonna move on to like my third idea, which was a pie eating contest, but like not with actual pie, whipped cream. Because like in real life, I've never like actually been in a pie eating contest with actual pie. It's always been like whipped cream. But yeah, now you can like stand on your tippy toes or whatever. Just realize this animation like moves you to like the front a bit. I mean, I guess it makes sense. You would be like near the front, near like close to the bookshelf. Alright, that didn't go as that animation didn't look as good as I thought it would, like in my head. But either way, the pie eating contest is pretty much just gonna be, you're gonna have a table. I already have a table in my pocket for my 4th of July level. Or like I didn't actually use this one for my 4th of July level, but like I plan to. I actually used like a different sort of table. This is what I was gonna use. Just like a picnic table. And I should probably change that control native setting to override Sackboy, no, so it doesn't follow me. I could delete those. I'll do that later. But we have the table, and now we just have to do the pie. So there's like a pie tin, and then I'm just gonna place whipped cream in it. It's like a new LBP3 thing. Like if you don't have this item, it's probably because you're not in LBP3 or haven't collected it. But this tin tray is made by Sumo Digital, so it's probably from LBP3. Don't know how the twist glitch will hope it doesn't make it too small. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, so we have our pie tin, and your Sackboy is going to lick this pie tin for the pie eating contest. So there's a licking animation. In one of my previous streams, it was my fall stream, I think. I'll do the logic from scratch though, in case y'all were wondering in case y'all haven't seen that stream. But like, to make a licking animation, you pretty much this is animation called static. I forget exactly what it's called, but the static animation has Sackboy with his tongue out. And then to make it look best, I just used... Oh, and also, I wonder if you could use animations while you're in the control knitter. Because, like, I wanted my Sackboy to be sitting down while he's, like, doing the piloting contest. If not, I could just have, like, his head. Like, with his head down. Yeah, this will look fine. Oh, well, I don't think I've seen a resizing glitch with the jetpack before. Yeah, it's been possible since Little Planet 1. I thought it was common knowledge, but, like, I'm glad I was able to teach you something new. But yeah, it's called the twist glitch. Most people, like, you've probably seen the one done with, like, the race gate. The Little Planet 1 race gate. Not the race gate. The player thingy, I forget what it's called. But you know, the gate that prevents you from entering the level if it already started. So it prevents new players from entering that gate. I forget what it's called, but either way, you've probably seen it with that. With that one, you get, like, more precision. But I don't know how to do that one. I mean, there's probably a tutorial on YouTube. But, like, the twist glitch with the jetpack works fine with most things. But yeah, Sackboy, emotive. Not Sackboy. Wait, would Sackboy work? Sackboy's animations are a bit weird sometimes. Alright, so if we do this one, and we choose the point where his tongue is up, and then the point where his tongue is down, we can make a licking animation. So I'll just do 70. So that's 70, and the point where his tongue is out, or like his tongue is up, so I guess 50. So if we do 50 and 70, there's like two different ways to do it. But like in my live stream, in one of my previous live streams, I discovered that using the second method is better. So let me just like skip straight to that. So check it. In case y'all don't know what a sine wave generator is, I'll show you. You pretty much have to set it to 0 to get use out of it from like most things. So it just makes the animation loop forwards. I'll show you what it does with a light actually. Using a light. I used this in my Kingdom Hearts shortcut menu, which I actually showcased in my previous stream. Yes, in my last stream, my most recent stream that I did, I showcased my Kingdom Hearts shortcuts menu. But yeah, it makes like a pulsing effect. I used a glitch to mirror tree size objects just to make it look right when they're small. Did you get one from a community level? Because I've heard people say that like you can't make it in Little Planet 3 because like the turbo only doesn't have an emitter in it or something, or like the emitter doesn't work the same. I've heard that it's also possible to like use a note tool. But like if you find a tutorial on how to do that, let me know, because I've heard that the Little Planet 1 and 2 method doesn't work. Like I don't even know how it goes. I don't even know if I have it in my pocket, but like the glitch involves this thing right here, right? I don't know how to do it, but like I've heard that it like doesn't work in Little Planet 3. But yeah, I'll look it up some other time. But like let me know if you found a tutorial that like actually works. But anyway, this is how to make a cool pulsing effect. Of course you could use a forwards backwards timer, but this has like a built-in pause. If you press R2, you could pretty much see that this is like a pulsing effect. It's like pulsing on and off. You could use it for animations, not just lights. Yep, it's only something you get from someone else or community level. Yeah, I'll get it when it's possible to import levels on PS4 then. I'm a message to dude eventually. Ask him if you can make it possible to import levels on PS4. Like his holdup is that he doesn't have a jailbroken PS4. But yeah, I'm gonna ask him if he could. So yeah, then I could just like import that to my moon or whatever. But like yeah, I want to make like a collection of levels for like you could like easily download, at least on PS3. I don't know how this would work on PS4, or like if it's possible on PS4. But like imagine if you could just download like the top 100 levels. Like I made like a list of top 100 levels. I'm like still working on the list. I think the level might have been from Glitchmaster. Yeah, that dude has like a lot of glitches. I forgot to set this one to 70. But anyway, while I have y'all here, y'all are mature individuals, meaning y'all don't only play Shark Survivals. There are people that only play Shark Survivals. Like if I ask you what your favorite level is, you're gonna say Shark Survival. I mean, y'all probably like those too. But like, do y'all know if like any good Little Planet 1 or 2 levels? Because I'm really trying to make a collection of levels. So like I already have levels by Conference C. and menisca. But what are like the classic LBP 1 and 2 levels that aren't bomb survivals? Like I could, like if I asked on Reddit, that's what people would be saying. People would be saying bomb survivals and shark survivals, and the classic, and those who are nostalgic, but like for the older fans that played LBP as an adult or like as an older, like even if your taste has evolved, like let me know like what the iconic levels are for like the older fans, so I can add those to the list as well. Hey, why isn't this looking good? Maybe I need to set the button time to, I accidentally set it to start stop. I'll set it back to 26. I accidentally set it to... And I did this wrong. Okay, I was rushing. This is the proper way to make looped animations right here. So if this is a good looking animation, so I pretty much just have to speed it up. It's already like 0.5. Okay, that should be good. So now I just have to put on my Sackboy. Again, I want to see if it's possible to do these animations while you're in the control meter. Like, I'm gonna test it out. I'm gonna put this on the broadcast chip, then I'm gonna test it out. Then I just have to set the broadcast chip to high enough radius. I'm not gonna set it to infinite, because then I'll just get confused later on. Okay, yeah, it doesn't look like you can do animations while you're in the control unit, which is unfortunate. It's cool, I could just like bend my head down. You obviously can't blend the sitting animation with the licking animation, because then it would be like you're like half standing, half sitting. But yeah, let me see how this looks. I have to set the plate to static, and then I'll add the whipped cream. But I just want to see if I could like bend my head down further enough. I probably can. If not, I could just like change like the table. I could either change the height of the table or something. I think it'll look good. I just need to move the plate over. I'm gonna decipherlize it. It's like bumping into my Sackboy. Okay, it's still bumping into my Sackboy. Maybe if I use the physics tweaker, it'll work. Or do I need to use the physics tweaker on my Sackboy? I think I ran into this issue in a previous stream. But yeah, I think I need to use the physics tweaker. And then just turn the collisions off that way. Okay, yeah, now it works. Okay, so now we just have to add the whipped cream. My armor is like clipping through it a bit. I could also just use like the layer thing, or if I had like a table that was facing the other way, that would also work pretty well for this. But I don't, so for now I'm just gonna do this, even though it doesn't look perfect. But yeah, I have to put the whipped cream on this, and I'm gonna make the whipped cream actually go down. And then maybe I'll improve like the looking animation later, not the animation, but like the position of the plate to make it look good. So this to scale to from top. So that way I can center the whipped cream, and also actually do want it to scale from the top this time. I was just gonna scale from the center, but I wanted to like stay on the plate. The whipped cream should like stay on the plate. I know this isn't food, so I don't need to serve by theme. Alright, so the cream swirl. Even if I don't size it perfectly, I could size it down later. Anyway. So I need to make this a bit smaller. I'm gonna change the in and out a bit. Okay. Yeah, so this is the whipped cream. I'm gonna make it a bit shorter. And then obviously the minimum value is gonna be something like 0. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, I need to move it up a bit. Because like right now you can really see it. It's like underneath the table. So I have to move it up a bit. And okay, this is what the whipped cream should look like. And then when I lick it, it's gonna go down. Okay, so I'm gonna have it triggered by the 1 button. So when you press 1, the licking animation is gonna be active. And also there should be a tag. So a tag called licking. So like it knows to go down. And also that tag should activate every second or so. I could have an emitter. Not an emitter, a sequencer. That way I don't have to use like an organs thing to reset the tag. I could just use this, and it's like slightly quicker. And maybe it's like more efficient as well. But yeah, just every half second or so, it does a thing called lick, and then it goes down. And there should be like a tag sensor with like a small radius. I need to make a logic thing, a microchip for this as well. Now I need to set this to positional, because I'm just going to use a counter set to like 20 or like 50, I guess. I'll set it to 20. I might change it later. So like each time it detects that, and I'm going to have to make the radius smaller. Or not too small, but like every time it detects it, I might have to use Inagi. Depends on like what it looks like when I connect it. Okay, I'm gonna have to use Inagi. Unless I didn't set it to position. Oh, I forgot to change the in and out time, that's why. Cause like it should be like 0, not 50. But yeah, that's fine. Cause at 0, it just displays it flat. But no, I am gonna have to use an arcade actually, cause like it's gonna start at 0. So I just like want to invert that signal. So now, when I press L1, it should like actually gradually go down, and I think I need to set this to loop. And I forgot to set the tag sensor to the thing. Oh, and I forgot to add an arcade. So like when you're not pressing L1 anymore, it just resets it. That should go into reset. Alright, there we go. So let me just set this to 0 again. And I said I was going to set that to 20. And then when you press L1, it should activate. I forgot to do that. But this should work now. But yeah, you could lick it. I want it to be like a gradual thing. I forgot. I don't know if there's a setting for that within the decoration mod. If there's not, then I could just use a positional timer. So like it gradually goes down. And also, like I said, I have to set that to 20. So I'll set it to like 0.5. So it's like a gradual thing. Maybe 0.3. Either way, this should be positional. And then this should be 20. So like it takes 20 licks to eat the entire whipped cream. And I just realized I placed the timer in the wrong spot. Okay, let me slow down. I'm obviously going way too fast here. Alright, cool. So now I just have to change this to a higher number. I want it to like gradually go down, not like instantly. Let me zoom in a bit so I can see it. Okay, yeah, it's still doing it, which is weird. Let me see what the logic looks like. Okay, I just had to set it to a higher number. Which makes sense, I guess. But yeah, if I set it to like 5 seconds, that would be like more than enough. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Again, I would just have to like either move the plate closer, or like use the layer change glitch thing. And I'm gonna move the whipped cream down so you can't see it. And the thing is empty, you shouldn't be able to see it. And then, let me see if you could see it at 20. Not 20, but like 19. Okay, you could still see it a bit at 19, which is good. But yeah, we need to add a sound effect for that. So it's like this slurping sound effect from the move pack. So if you have the move pack, you could use this sound. So let's see, where is it? I have the move pack, but it isn't showing up in my pocket, and that's annoying. Okay, the chomp sound effect wouldn't even make sense here, but let's this. Actually, that doesn't sound bad. But you pretty much just have that looping. But if my pocket was not glitching, I would use the sound effect from the move pack. But yeah, it's pretty much like this. You lick it and then it gradually goes down. Alright, so now I just have to use I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna just copy and paste this, except I only want this. So I'm just gonna change the table a bit so the animation actually looks good. So I'm gonna move the pots in over here. I need to glue that actually. I need to glue the thingy, what's it called, the decoration mount, to the pots in. And then I'm gonna move it over to this table. So once I put it on this table, I want to see how the animation looks with my psycho boy bending his head down. Okay, I think it needs to be higher. Okay, yeah, we need to use the layer change glitch thingy. I don't know if I already have that tool in my pocket, but if not, I'll just make it from scratch. But yeah, pretty much the way you do it. Okay, so the way you do it, once I place this without replacing that. Okay, that's annoying. So whatever's inside of there, let me just place it. That's really just the physics tweaker. So I'll just place the physics tweaker inside my microchip. That way I don't have to deal with that. What is sick? What is that microchip doing over here? Wait. Why is this so high up? Okay, let me close all of this out. There we go. Anyway, the way you do it, you use a battery because it's use a timer. I'm gonna just use a battery just to save a bit of time. And then you pretty much take the in and out mover and you set it to positional. You have to know what layers you're in, so the way you figure that out is by pressing R2. So the 10 trays in layers 2 to 4, the table, just what I really care about is in layer 3. So I'll set this to like 2 to 4. I think I need the advanced mover. I mean the advanced and not mover. But yeah, I'll set it in between layers 2 and 4. So I get the right position, the right positioning. So I want this to be like on the edge of the table. So I'll zoom in. I'll set my thing to PV mode. And I'll set this to static off so it could actually move. And I have to not decentralize it or like add a physics figure. I'll get rid of that. I'll just do ignore collisions on Sackboy. Oh, I have it placed on the wrong thing. I had it on the table and I was supposed to have it on the Python. But yeah, I could set that to 2 to 4. And now it's like hanging off the edge a bit, which is what I want. I need to move the table down. Okay, the whipped cream is out of position, but right now I just want to test out this, then I'll fix that. Okay, I thought I set collisions to ignore Sackboy, but I guess I didn't. Okay, yeah, so let me check on that again. Yeah, I said ignore Sackboy. Normally I would just like set it to static, but I can't do that if I'm using like the glitch where you can move it in and out throughout the layers. Like it's where it said to ignore Sackboy, but it's still colliding with my Sackboy. It's not what I want, obviously. I'm gonna like unglue this to fix the whole layer thing. And then I'm gonna glue it again. Okay, now it's not even glued, so I'm gonna use sticker panel to glue it together. Okay, so now they're in the same layer. Now I just have to fix the whole issue with it colliding with my Sackboy, even though it's not supposed to thing. Okay, it's working now, and also that's out of position. But yeah, I just have to set this to 0. And then we'll see how out of position it is. I think it's best if I like don't glue those two things together. Okay, this should work. Alright, now it actually looks like he's licking it. This dude is from some earlier creation that I made. I don't want him behind me like that, so I'm just gonna move him out of the way. Like a creation that I made like another day. Like a few days ago, I think. Okay, yeah, it works and it looks good now. Okay, I'm gonna demonstrate that one more time, then I'm gonna demonstrate my other creations and I'm gonna end the stream after I do that. Oh wait, I just realized something. I think I just had to rotate the animation. I didn't have to do all that. I could have just rotated the animation. That way when I tilt my head downwards, I'm gonna copy and paste that, then put it on the regular picnic table. But yeah, I could glue these together and I could get rid of the whole microchip thing. Cause like if I just have my thing rotated, I shouldn't have that issue. I still need the thing. I'll keep that. But like, if I just glue it then unglue it, you'll see it will like snap back into position. Or like it should anyway. Okay, that's really weird. So I just deleted that logic. But yeah, I'm not gonna recreate it from scratch. Let me just show you what I mean. But when I said I didn't have to really do all that. So like if I had simply just rotated the animation, the looking animation would have looked fine. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'll just rotate it so it's facing left or right. I think 270 is the right direction. Either that or 90. And then when I tilt my head downwards, like, I don't know, I guess I just forgot about that. Really silly mistakes to make. But yeah. Now it should look fine. If anything, I just need to lower the height of the table, or lower the height of the chair. But yeah, I don't even have to tilt my head downwards. Like, this will look completely fine. But like, you have it for like a forwards facing table as well. I'll place 2 separate broadcast strips, I guess, one for this table and one for that one. Alright, so when I press 1, I have to change the animation. So that way it's just facing the front. So when I press L1, it makes my sack play at the whipped cream, and it like gradually goes down until there's like no more left. So yeah, that's the most recent thing that I made. But the first thing that I made was this thing right here. A normal bathtub that could actually change into a flying bathtub. So yeah, okay. So here's everything I made in this stream. First thing I made is this bathtub. It looks like an ordinary bathtub. Wait, did I not do that? Did I not pull the lever? I swear I pulled the lever. Oh, I remember now. I replaced the lever with a toggle when I was trying to demonstrate something. So I was like saying, oh, if it's multiplayer, then the other player shouldn't be able to like mess you up or like boot you out of the thing. But anyway, here's everything I made in the stream. It's a normal bathtub at first glance. It's just like an ordinary bathtub. You can't really do anything inside it. But if you discover the Easter egg in the level, there's like a hidden lever that you pull. And now it transforms into a flying bathtub. Alright, and then the second thing I made, it didn't really turn out the way I wanted it to. I got inspired by like watching like this story time video. I was like volunteering in like an elementary school classroom today. I haven't done that in a while. But like I was mostly just like grading papers and organizing papers. But like during snack time I took a break to watch the videos that the kids are watching, and there's like a librarian that was like standing on a step stool. So I was like, I'm gonna make an animation where Sackboy could like stand on his tippy toes and like get down the book. But the animation didn't look as good. I need to find like a better one. Either way, you could like stand on your tiptoes and reach, I guess, slightly higher than you would normally. But yeah, that's probably the only creation that I made today that doesn't like look the way I wanted it to look in my head. But yeah, I could probably find another animation if I looked a bit harder. And then the last thing that I made today was the whipped cream eating contest. Let me reset it to 0. So pretty much the way it works is you press L1 and your sack boy will lick the whipped cream. It will lick the whipped cream. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I made today. I need to like eat dinner, then do my homework, or I guess I'll do my homework first, then I'll eat. Yeah, or I could just maybe I'll read a book. I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna read a book, then I'm gonna do my homework, and then I'm gonna eat dinner. But anyway, thank you everyone that joined the stream. Thank you. So yeah, thanks for joining the stream, and I hope y'all have a good rest of your day and a good rest of your night. And bye. I was trying to zoom in, but it won't let me. Okay. I was probably listening in my pocket long enough, or like in the wrong section. There we go. But yeah. Bye. Thank you for joining.